Oh, oh, hey there. You're still here. I didn't think anybody would actually show up to the Bitcoin fan club since everybody jumped ship at $25,000 per coin. But I mean, like, if you're still here, we might as well get on with the show, you know? I thought for sure I would be the last one here. But it looks like you also believe in the technology of Bitcoin and this scarcity model and what it could do for the world. So, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Bitcoin is currently chilling at a juicy, ripe $19,000 per coin. So, it's a beautiful time for shopping. Guys and gals, I think it's going to be a juicy bear market for probably a couple years. The last bull market was triggered by unforeseen events. Elon Musk buying $1 billion of Bitcoin for Tesla, among other things. When will something like that happen again? I don't know. Does something like that need to happen again? Not necessarily. You see, that event was triggered by a bunch of people wanting to get rich quick, not by the masses coming to terms that Bitcoin is a technology that is good for society as a whole. Remember, a lot of people still don't understand what the technology is and what it does. You probably do. That is why you are here. I just saw a video. Jordan Peterson, famous guy, he was talking about Bitcoin, and he made some very interesting points I want to talk about. First of all, he said that Bitcoin is an experiment. He's 100%, and he's 100% right about that. Bitcoin, the Bitcoin technology, the Bitcoin mission, it is all an experiment, basically going against traditional fiat money. If you understand fiat money and how it works, how it's issued by the government, and how it's manipulated with corruption, then Bitcoin should make perfect sense to you. Usually the people that don't understand Bitcoin don't understand what fiat currency is and why it exists in the first place. They just think that money's money, it comes from the sky, blah, 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 blah. But when they get the fundamental understanding that, especially during the pandemic, it was printed out of nothing, so a lot of it was released into the economy, which is why we have inflation, which the Fed is trying to fight right now with interest rates. You can see how it gets a little bit shady, how man is trying to manipulate the currency that pretty much controls every currency in the world. Whereas on the other side, you have something like Bitcoin that, yes, was created by man, like fiat currency was as well, but it cannot be manipulated by man because it is hard-coded to be 100% transparent, which is where the value comes from. It is an incorruptible store of value. He also made another interesting point. He said that everybody's reputation has value to it, whether that be positive value or negative value. People think of something when they think of you. And based on how you behave in society, everything you've done for other people, how valuable you are to your community as a whole, and that basically determines how much value your reputation has. Now, there are lots of cryptocurrencies out there with horrible reputations, either because they are insecure and they're always getting hacked, or they were created by founders who themselves may not have the squeakiest clean reputation. Or even something like Ethereum, where it was hacked, like 7-8 years ago, and that entire transaction was just erased and a new Ethereum blockchain was created. Where's the integrity there? So Bitcoin currently is the only popular cryptocurrency that doesn't have that sketchy background. And as time goes on, reputation is going to matter more and more, especially when we get to the point where we are going to have a dominant cryptocurrency in society. Now, I don't know if it will be Bitcoin. I hope it is, but we will have a dominant cryptocurrency in society. It will most likely be a government-issued fiat cryptocurrency, but that, like Jordan Peterson said, that can get very shaky. Because what happens then? Because of the blockchain, the government then has the ability to track everything you are buying. And if the government can track what you're buying, they have the ability to prevent you from buying something based on whatever reason they can think of. So if climate change is getting out of control and you try to buy a car, they may prevent you from being able to buy a car. You will not have the freedom to purchase as you do with regular money like you do today. Because just like fiat currency, this digital cryptocurrency issued by the government will be centralized. And if you've been following me for a while, you understand why centralization is bad. Decentralization is basically one of the biggest reasons why Bitcoin is as powerful as it is. So yeah, there's a good chance we are going to store our economic value as a society in the cryptocurrency with the best reputation. And there's going to be a large amount of people on the planet that say, you know what? I feel like my money is better stored in a cryptocurrency that isn't controlled by a central government, because as the day goes on, the government becomes a little bit more and more tyrannical. He also said that money is basically a promise with strangers. So when you distribute or when you exchange fiat currency with somebody, you have the trust that that they're going to accept the currency, and vice versa. But with Bitcoin, that trust is pretty much eliminated because all the trust is held in the technological marvel of computer programming. Bitcoin is hard-coded to be transparent, hard-coded to only have 21 million in existence, hard-coded to have every transaction all the way back to the first one in 2009 be able to be viewed by anybody. The Bitcoin software can be downloaded on any computer, and any computer or any powerful computer can start mining Bitcoin. So when you remove that trust, you're just left with the money, and there's no need to trust other people because the trust, or the government per se, because the trust is left in Bitcoin. If the American government were to fall tomorrow, Bitcoin will still be around. So if the government issues a fiat-backed cryptocurrency, there is a high chance that the government will try to get rid of any competition. So that is why Jordan Peterson believes, and I believe as well, that Bitcoin may possibly in the future be in trouble from a legal standpoint, but there's really no point in banning Bitcoin because it really doesn't do anything wrong. Bitcoin is money insulated from the opinions of others. No matter what people think about Bitcoin, no matter how bad or how good the economy gets, the technology will always stay the same. No new rules will be added to Bitcoin, at least on the original blockchain. And for some reason, if your government were to fall tomorrow, it probably wouldn't happen in a day. How good do you think your money that says United States of America on it would be? Bitcoin minimizes interpersonal trust, and with it, we don't need the trust of others in order to exchange a bundle of value. Since money was created, we have been searching for an incorruptible store of value. And so far, the money we are using right now is some of the most corruptible money ever, because of how many people have their hands in it, how many people are controlling it, how many people wake up, or how many few people wake up and say, I'm going to do this to change the economy today. This person's money is going to have less purchasing power because of a decision I made. You can't really get that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the safety net of society when it comes to exchanging value. And if you truly understand how money works, you don't even need to study Bitcoin that much. Just study money a lot. Fiat money, the Fed, the economy, where money comes from, why it's printed, interest rates. Just study that. Getting a basic grasp of that and then studying a little bit about Bitcoin, it's pretty easy. Like, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I know a lot about money, so it was easy for me to grasp Bitcoin and why it's important. So I'm going to link that video in the description. I definitely encourage everybody to go watch it. Jordan Peterson calls Bitcoin a delusional experiment, and I agree, but hopefully it's a delusional experiment that will come true. Catch you in the next video.